Welcome back, Foxy Games UK new and existing subscribers. It is Thursday, September 26. I'm Fox, your reliable source of aggregated video game news, speculation and rampant rumour. Foxy Games UK news links are available in the video's description when and where applicable. So in today's news, well, it looks like PlayStation 4 has topped an estimated 100 million units sold to consumers. Now you may be slightly confused because about a month or so ago we already had this confirmed, but that was sold to retailers. This 100 million is every PlayStation 4 inside a gamer or consumer's home. So Sony Interactive Entertainment at the end of July 2019 announced it had shipped 100 million PlayStation 4 consoles in its lifetime as of June 30, 2019. 2.5 months later, Sony's 8th generation home console, the PlayStation 4, has now sold over 100 million units to consumers in homes, according to VG Chart's estimates. Now, the PlayStation 4 reached the milestone for the week ending September 14, 2019, where the console sold 221,443 units to bring its lifetime sales to a total of 100,062,220 units. Breaking down the sales by region, the console has sold an estimated 40,932,584 units in Europe and 30,104,007 units in the US, followed by 8,381,826 units in Japan. The PlayStation 4 launched in November 2013 in North America and Europe, and in February 2014 in Japan. Wow, what an achievement. So there you have it, 100 million active PlayStation 4 users. It would be interesting as to how many of those are signed up to PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, or any of Sony's other services, seeing as that's where the bulk of money will be made in terms of video gaming going forward. And in other news, it looks like you'll be able to purchase PlayStation 4 consoles, accessories, and games directly from PlayStation starting from, well, yesterday. And this could be the final nail in the coffin for retail stores like GameStop. So, according to the PlayStationblog.us, you can buy a new PlayStation from PlayStation. So, PlayStation fans will be able to go online to the Sony store where they will offer PS4 consoles, accessories and games and sell you them directly from PlayStation for fans and gift givers in the US. At the moment, only the US. But integrated with the PlayStation.com website, you can now easily navigate from hardware and game product information pages directly to purchasing these PlayStation products from the store, ranging from PS4, PS4 Pro, and PlayStation VR systems, as well as bundles, headsets, DualShock 4 wireless controllers, and the PlayStation VR accessories, games, voucher codes, and what have you. So it looks like they are following Microsoft, as Microsoft have been offering sales of their consoles and other products on their store for quite some time now. Now there are plans to expand down the line, but the store's initial selection of physical disc games will include titles like Astro Bot, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, The Last of Us, you know, the usual Sony first party Marvel Spider-Man Game of the Year edition. So this site not only provides PlayStation fans located in the US with the option to purchase these items directly from PlayStation, but it also is intended to help gift really others and easily find the right products for friends and family. Fans will find that prices on the new store align with those found at retailers. How will retailers cope? Now, the new online store is open exclusively in the United States with a limited time launch promotion ending on October 31st. And the two bundles include PlayStation 4 plus a 12-month subscription of PlayStation Plus for around $339 USD, and the PlayStation 4 Pro and a 12-month subscription of PlayStation Plus for around $429. So there's a little saving there. PlayStation Plus members who are signed in are also eligible for free one-day express shipping. Looks like PlayStation's going on all Amazon there. Moving on. It looks like MCV.com are reporting, that's MCVUK.com, ain't no party like an Xbox party, because Aaron Greenberg has clarified exclusivity stance and explains why the upcoming XO19 will be in London. So in the run-up to this year's Gamescom, two publishing announcements from Microsoft caught the eye. Gears 5 made a surprisingly late move onto Steam, and just a few weeks before its release, while Microsoft also stated it was bringing 2015's Ori and the Blind Forest to Nintendo Switch. First-party titles such as these rarely stray from their creators' platforms and stores, so just what do these announcements mean for Xbox's publishing strategy as a whole? Well, Microsoft's GM of Games Marketing, Aaron Greenberg, makes it clear that these are exceptions to the rule, not a change of direction. Here's a quote: "Going forward, all of our internal studios and new studios we've added will be focused on making games for our platforms. We have no plans to expand our exclusive first-party games to any other consoles," he says. He went on to say, "People should recognize how excited we are with our internal development studios. More than doubling these teams going forward will be focused on making games for our platforms. That's the Xbox One X and Xbox Scarlet. Such commitments are inevitable, really due to the outcome of a spending spree of acquisitions that Microsoft has gone on lately, but Greenberg is clear that they will end once those commitments are spent." He went on to say, "Thinking about the next game from Obsidian, inXile or Ninja Theory, all of those studios, just like our existing internal studios, whether it's 343 or Turn 10, they're going to be focused on making those games for our platforms and future platforms. We have no plans to expand any of these titles to other consoles," Greenberg stated categorically. That said, there's a bit of curiosity as to why an older title like Ori and the Blind Forest is coming to Switch next week. And he went on to say that Ori is built by Moon Studios, which is an independent external studio. They came to us with a desire to bring the original Ori to Switch. We thought that made sense, and we're happy to work with them to enable them to bring that to Switch. So, interesting. We can only agree that the game is a perfect match for the hardware. Very difficult to disagree given the art style, but going forward, is Xbox absolutely sure that it's not going to dip its toes into other platforms again? Well, that largely depends on sales of Xbox and PC games, because mark my words, if the stats don't look right, well, you may be playing on another console other than Xbox. So Microsoft have embraced Steam also, while other consoles really are looking to provide their titles exclusively. Microsoft is spreading its wings onto Steam, being more open in the PC space, with Microsoft now happily bringing Gears 5 to a bigger audience via Steam. Here's a quote from Greenberg. "Now, we know there's a big PC audience out there which may not own an Xbox. They may want to play some of our big IPs, and bringing Gears 5 to that audience makes a lot of sense. Steam reaches PC gamers in a lot of markets that are traditionally not as console heavy, and Steam has relationships with those customers right there. It's a very engaged PC audience, and so to be able to bring them titles like Gears 5 at launch to PC players in Eastern Europe, Germany, Russia and China in these big PC markets is a great way to reach a broader audience. However, Xbox was keen that this was done in a way that includes those new players in its larger Xbox and Gears community." Right, so, and he went on to talk about Xbox XO19 event being in London, which was announced at Gamescom. Now, Greenberg explains why it's going to be in London. "We think both E3 and XO19 are the big bets and beats of the year, and unveiled really during E3. XO19 will be another key event for Microsoft, and they're going in with a lot of surprises." Here's a quote: "We have a huge spring planned. So between this holiday and E3 next year, we have a record number of games coming out, so that the event will be a perfect opportunity to showcase all of those games." Now, the choice of London this year is directly linked to Microsoft's expanding development stable, and Greenberg explains that London has always been one of the top global markets for Microsoft. It's the home of some of the best creative studio teams, and they thought, what a great place to invite friends from around the world to really the Copper Box Arena, which is where it's being held actually. So we've got the Rare team, the Ninja Theory team, the Playground team, and all of the top British creative teams will be there with their staff. But despite doing its own event, Microsoft will continue its presence elsewhere because they want to support industry events, and they plan to be at all of them, including Game Awards in December, which is a far cry from Sony, who's being a little quiet and shy with that radio silence. You can barely hear the static as you try and tune it. However, we know Sony are being very coy because it wants to keep its plans under wraps for its huge product of 2020, PlayStation 5, and who could blame them? So there you have it. Some news there regarding the Xbox XO19 event. However, here's something that may intrigue Mafia fans. I know I certainly am, because new trademarks suggest that Mafia 4, yes, Mafia 4, and Mafia 2 Remastered are coming from Hangar 13, developer of Mafia 3. So the Mafia franchise has been missing in action for the past 3 years, owing to the perhaps lackluster reception of the third and most recent installment. Although I certainly enjoyed it, it has a killer 60s soundtrack. Now, 2K Games' extended silence during this period was taken as a bad omen for a potential sequel. However, it appears that the publisher did not come around to not just Mafia 4, but also a remastered edition of Mafia 2. Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of 2K Games, has been spotted to have registered 3 trademarks in relation to the franchise just last month, and the filings at the time of this video's recording are being reviewed by an examining attorney, but should be accepted in the coming weeks. So that's Mafia 2, a remaster, and let's face it, the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 struggled with that, so it'd be nice to see how it runs on current gen platforms and hopefully get a bit of a sprouting up on the PC. So the 2 trademarks are for Mafia, and their respective text-based logos are really only the differentials in the typography. The first one is actually identical to the font used for the first 2 installments in the franchise, while the second one is completely different and without any description. Both are possibly placeholders to lock in stylized marks for when the trademarks are updated down the road, and at least one of them sparks the existence of Mafia 4. I wonder what era they'll set that in. The 1970s, maybe the 1980s. Now that would be nice. Now the third trademark directly mentions Mafia 2 and features the same silhouette logo from 2010. Take-Two Interactive could be just renewing the trademark, but with the other Mafia related filings within the same time frame, this one probably has to do with a remastered edition. It's something that has been widely requested in the past and would surely put up a lot of smiles for 2K Games. Now there's also another trademark in the mix, which was done just a day after the potential Mafia 4 and remastered Mafia 2 filings. Hangar 13, a subdivision of 2K Games, and the one behind Mafia 3 as mentioned. The filing features the new logo of the developer, which means all 4 studios that merged in the past couple of years could be working on the title. Now, Hangar 13 went underground soon after Mafia 3 was released in 2016, and its really debut title was marred by repetitive gameplay and a slew of technical issues. Hangar 13 was then hit with massive layoffs, never good, and around a year before, reports stated really surfacing that the developer had started work on a new unannounced project. Now, according to LinkedIn profiles, some of the staffers, however, they are not working on a new IP, but a AAA unannounced game. Gert de Knuder, I hope I pronounced the name correctly, it's a Dutch name I believe, for example, served as a technical artist for Mafia 3 and has been working on an unannounced AAA game for nearly 2 years now, so it should be really deep into development. So, publishers tend to file trademarks when development has reached a specific phase, and these are never early registrations, hence why there's a strong possibility that 2K Games will officially announce Mafia 4 and Mafia 2 Remastered before the year is over. And on the same note, a release next year won't be out of the question. So I'm certainly excited for that, but what say you? I could do with another open world gangster driven game, especially one set in the old period when gangster was gangster. But I'm afraid that's all she wrote, but what say you? Go ahead, sound off and share your thoughts and opinions on today's news, because that unfortunately brings us to the end of yet another video, but let's continue the discussion cordially in the comments. Yes, I'm being quite active this week, and for all your current and next gen news updates, rumour and rampant speculation, hit the like button, spread the word, and oh yes, keep it locked to Foxy Games UK. And remember, All relevant links where applicable can be found in this video's description, and subscribe to Foxy Games UK. Remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss content. Thumbs up if you like it here, and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing the video. You should consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon, and if you're feeling particularly generous, grab yourself a Foxy Games UK branded t-shirt or hoodie available in various colours and designs. You'll find both links in this video's description. Once again, I truly appreciate the support. And that concludes our time together today. It was great hanging out, and until the next video, remember, play games, not corporations.